So, guys, I have a little bit of a problem. I'm moving. Yeah. Thanks. It's nice. It's very nice. The only problem is, I don't really have time to race this week. Obviously, we're packing. The house is kind of a mess. And it's week 13, so none of the officials are even really running. So, that leaves me with a problem. What am I going to do? Well, thankfully, a few days ago, I ran some Indy NXT fixed oval races, that's a mouthful, at Pocono. Now, you guys remember our last little run-in at Pocono in the trucks. Wasn't exactly a great time. Did a lot of what we like to call pacing instead of racing, right? Thankfully, this series is a hidden gem on iRacing. I have never driven Formula cars, at least not on ovals. I've done like one Formula 4 race in my whole life on iRacing. But these were the most pleasant surprise that I've ever encountered on the service. They are a ton of fun to drive, as you will soon see. So, this is a little bit of a different video than what I usually do, and I'm still sort of experimenting with how this whole thing works, so it's probably going to be a little rough around the edges. But bear with me, and come right along for 25 laps at Pocono on the Dallara IL-15. All right, so rolling off for our qualifying lap. It's an IndyCar at Pocono. There's a lot of downforce, and they're very fast cars, and they can take these corners pretty quickly. You actually see I dipped my tire outside the white line, and that will end up pretty much invalidating our entire qualifying run because I don't come in to serve the black flag. But, we ball. So just getting up to speed here, coming down the first straightaway down through the tunnel turn, which is completely flat out. Very jarring, at least for me at first, coming from the NASCAR vehicles where you have to lift off and sort of set the nose in. These things just turn. It's crazy. Turn 3 is difficult, and I'm still not exactly sure how you're supposed to take it. At one point, I started downshifting into 5th gear for that, and then sort of coming back up to speed on the front straight here. But starting our first lap off, riding up high, tight up against the wall, and just sending it down into turn number 1 here. A little bit of a lift off just to sort of help the nose get set in, and then after that, you can just full throttle this thing the whole way back. Coming down the first straightaway back again towards the tunnel turn. Just holding it nice and wide open, keeping it up tight against that wall, setting ourselves up for a nice little, what do you call that, an arc, I guess, through the turn there. Just wide open, man, just giving it all she's got. Down through the second straight, or third straight, I guess, and now through turn number 3, which I think I downshifted into 5th gear right here. I can't remember. Maybe it's the second lap. But, yeah, that's it. That's one flying lap at Pocono, although it is an invalid one, unfortunately. But, I mean, do you guys really want to see another lap of that? Because, I mean, come on. It's all the same. All right, and here we are sitting on the grid, ready for our first race starting P11. And if you look ahead of us, Chandler Fink, our teammate and team owner, is starting P6. Very exciting. Finally get to do a race together as teammates and not be broken up in different splits, so that'll be fun. Just sitting here waiting for the pace car to sort of get rolling, and everybody's rev bombing their crap like they always do at these kinds of events. I guess burn off a little extra fuel and then you're lighter or something. I don't know. Is that a valid strategy? But anyways, just about stall the car there. Still trying to sort of figure out how the clutch and all that stuff works. I did stall it once another time and actually couldn't get it to refire. But anyways, here we go. Sitting on the grid now, getting ready for the green flag, and there it is. Not getting a super great start. Sort of falling back a little bit, but it's all right. Working up through the gears now. We're immediately going to look to the inside of car number 3 here, which ends up being a pretty good smart idea as they will all three just wreck right behind us. And as you can see here in this sort of rear view mirror, pretty gnarly. We almost got caught up in that, but thankfully we made it through by making it 3 wide right there. And unfortunately for car number 14, who we're following right now, that is going to be his race over very prematurely, as he has got some terminal damage, as we like to call that. And there's car number 4 exiting the pits. Smart move by him to not get caught up in that wreck there at the beginning. So anyways, back to the green flag. for our next restart. Falling off pretty far from car number 2 ahead of us, I believe that is. Chandler Fink is up ahead of us about 2 spots as we dive off into turn number 1 here. Just sort of trying to get up to speed, find a rhythm, get the tires warm. And what on earth is going on behind us? Car number 7 upside down, a huge crash. Tumbling hard down the back straightaway there. And miraculously, he will actually get this car to fire off, and he will actually end up driving a few more laps before he eventually drops out of the race. So kudos to him for not going down without a fight. You do love to see that. On board for our next restart, once again, up through the gears one more time here at Pocono. Trailing off pretty far behind from the car in front of us, just not really doing too well on these restarts. I think they were kind of jumping them, and I just wasn't really ready for it. So that's something I got to work on, is just being more prepared. Meanwhile, behind us, car number 10 is going to sail it off into turn number 1, break that back end loose, and find the outside wall. And his race is also going to come to an end, unfortunately for him, although he will try to somehow keep this thing going. But unfortunately for him, his race is over as that car is terminally damaged. Next restart, here we are one more time, getting ready to roll, sort of staying tight on that Red Bull car ahead of us, car number 2. Getting a better restart this time, still not super great as we go back up through the gears one more time into turn number 1. Riding on board now, of course, getting ready to sail it off here into the first turn. Try to get underneath the car so that car ahead of us, just so we can get a little more air on the nose. Riding along with car number 12, who is now putting Chandler Fink, our teammate, under a little bit of pressure there, as you can see. I do love that flyby camera. That's pretty neat. So, car number 12 here looking to the inside. Chandler's going to block and defend pretty well. Pretty fun racing. I mean, these things are fun. You can really just sort of jockey for position with them. Back on board with us now, coming down the Long Pond Straight, I believe that is. Could be wrong, though. Through turn number 3, they're going to fan out to about 2 wide there in front of us. And just try to sort of sit in the toe of the car in front of us and try to take up as much as we can. Try to get back up to speed there. And really the draft is very important in tracks like this. If you fall out of that draft, it's pretty much over. Chandler Fink now looking to the outside of car number 1 in the Uma Musume livery. Love to see it. As car number 8 is going to get a little love tap. And actually kind of works out for us. Car number 12 checks up hard, and car number 8 obviously slides back, which now is going to put us nose to tail with Chandler down the first straightaway here. And that's going to let us start working together and trying to figure out how we can sort of march toward the front here and get something working. So down through the second straightaway now into turn number 3, as we are not really feeling a lot of pressure from out back right now. Chandler Fink's looking to the inside of car number 2, it looks like, trying to make a move down the front straightaway here. And us, as the car behind, are pretty much just trying to sit right in his toe. We're a little bit far back to be getting a whole lot. Unfortunately, we need to get about another car length or 2 on him to really start feeling the effects of that. As we go off into turn number 1 here, looking to the inside. And car number 12 is back there, but he will make another appearance here very shortly. Pretty nice, about single file the whole way through the field there. Cars number in P1 and P2 not really looking too aggressive on each other at the moment. As we dip down through turn number 2, the short chute, and get ready for turn number 3. Looking from the back of Chandler's car at us in car number 5, I believe we are in the split. Not going to get a super great exit out of turn 3 here, and we are going to fall back some, as you can see, which is going to unfortunately hurt our run down the front straightaway, as Chandler is now deep in the toe of car number 2. He's got a lot of speed coming from that. He's going to look to the inside just a little bit before he sort of falls back in line there, going through turn number 1. As car number 12 is now starting to inch their way closer, and we are feeling a little bit of pressure out back now. Fanned out to about 2 wide there in the first 2 cars, and it's a long drafting train the whole way back, which is pretty typical of what you see at these kinds of races. Car number 12 taking a look at our inside, but not quite ready to make the move yet as we come out of turn number 2 towards turn number 3. Riding along now, car number 12, the Buc-ee's livery. You love to see it. Do love me some Buc-ee's. He's going to take a look to our inside in turn number 3, but we're going to fight back on that high line. Not quite ready to give up that position yet. And Chandler, who's now ahead of us, is going to give us a little bit of toe down the front straightaway to try to put us back out in front. Do appreciate that. And that's the power of working together with teammates. You do love to see it. Unfortunately, though, car number 5 No, car number 12. Good grief. It's going to finally get to our inside and make the pass, as we are now feeling some pressure behind as well from car number 4. Riding along now, car number 4 as well, here through the short chute. Nice big long drafting train out in front. You can see Chandler up there jockeying for some position as well. Riding along, they're about 2x2, just about, if Chandler can get his nose in here, and he will. Looking to the inside of car number 2, the Red Bull Blue Edition livery. Very sharp-looking paint scheme, I might say. And going to dip out of the tow here for just a second, sort of finding his way back up to the high line. These cars can get squirrely, and if you try to make a correction, sometimes it can step out on you. Riding along with car number 8 now, taking a look to our inside as well. Under attack one more time as he's gotten around car number 4. That's the thing about these. You always got to stay on your toes because there's always someone ready to go on the attack. We're trying to break the tow in front of us, and we're just going to follow them through, heading down toward the short chute. Sort of falling off car number 12 ahead of us, who is now pressuring Chandler from behind. Riding along now as they dive off here into turn number 3. Chandler defends low. Good choice by him. It's going to force car number 12 to go around the outside. And coming onto the front straightaway, Chandler's going to maintain that position, but car 12 seems to get maybe just a little bit of a better run off as they're jockeying pretty hard up there now in the top 3 spots. Riding along now, car number 5, ourselves, of course, deep, sort of sitting in the toe of that car ahead of us there. Big move there as we dive off into turn number 1. That's the 12 car of Strebing. Now inside Chandler Fink here, deep in the toe of car number 12, looking to make that pass on Chandler as we dive off into the short chute here, side by side. Very exciting stuff. And the cars ahead are still jockeying pretty hard as well. Chandler now under some pressure again from car number 8. Chandler's actually going to get up there and sort of tag the outside wall. It's going to slow him down through turn number 3. As we're now under attack from car number 8 behind us, and car number 12 is kind of driven away. Riding along with car number 8 now, they're looking to our outside. Diving off into turn number 1. Everything looks good. Everybody's keeping it clean. Everybody got the jitters out early, it seems. Nice long drafting train going on here, as car number 8 now looks like they're under attack by car number 4. And Chandler in the back there is working on car number 13, I think? Question mark? No, 6. Car number 6. My bad. Through turn 3, car number 8 seems to get a much better run on us, as we just cannot seem to make that corner work very well. We're going to try to break the toe, defend low. He's going to go high. He gets a pretty good run on us there, as you can see. But we get the low line for turn number 1, which is pretty advantageous. We're going to make it work. We're going to still get that nice entry on him, force him to try to find another way around as we come back out of turn number 1 here, heading down towards the short chute. Fanning out to 2x2 ahead of us, as you can see there. And Chandler has now succumbed to car number 6, but he will be back in a big way. Still fighting side by side with car number 8 through the short chute there, heading down towards turn number 3. Car number 4 now looking to make a move as well, as he's sort of stuck in the toe of car number 8, deep in that toe there. And Gomulka there, car number 8, is going to finally get ahead of us, get his nose out in front and be able to take that inside line. We're going to try to fight back here on the front straightaway, get a little bit of toe and try to make the pass, but just not quite being patient enough. Probably should have sat in that toe a little bit longer just to get a little more momentum built up, as car number 4 now looks to attack on the outside as well. Almost 3 wide there for a second. Not quite, though. We're going to gain one more position here as we move out of turn number 1. And car number 6 and car number 13, Chandler Fink, are now pressuring us from behind as well on that inside line there. Almost pack racing like what you'd see in NASCAR. But obviously a little bit higher stakes, as you saw earlier with car number 7, who got airborne and had a pretty big accident. Still through turn number 3 now, riding along with Chandler, who's going to dive to the inside of car number 4 and make a move there. And he's now going to try to sit inside the toe of that car in front of him there, try to make some momentum back up. Still about 2x2 sitting out at the front. One car way off the pace there in the back. as we lead from Gomulka, and then in the 8, and then number 6, and Chandler Fink, and then car number 4. Still 2x2 in the top 4 there, and a 5-car drafting train with us as the sort of locomotive there, heading down towards turn number 2, excuse me. Car number 8, Gomulka's going to look to move to our outside. Chandler's going to stay low with us. It's Gomulka and Bender on the outside. Bender dips low. And it looks like he's going to make it stick. And a little bit of contact there, actually. Wheel to wheel. Gomulka seems to lose a piece of his wing or something right there. Chandler's going to see the opportunity and take it 3 wide. Wheel to wheel with him. Heading off into turn number 1. Maybe a little bit of contact with the wall there for Chandler. And now they're going to file back out to 2x2 as car number 8 and car number 6 are now looking to make that inside line work. Chandler gets it done around the outside, though. He's got a nice run on Bender here heading in towards turn number 2. Looks to the outside there, you can see. Looks like he's going to try to make the move around the outside as car number 4 also looks to follow him through, now switching down to the low line. And all this fighting back here, all this jockeying for position has let us just sort of drive away. You can see now riding with car number 8, we've put a little bit of distance on this group as they all jockey for this position back here. And those lead cars up there are fighting pretty hard for that win too. Chandler taps the wall coming out of the turn there. Turn number 3, pushing that car hard, trying to get that position. Under attack now from car number 4 as he looks to sit in the toe of car number 6 and try to pull away and maybe gain some ground back on us, who have sort of driven away at this point. Down towards turn number 2. Looks like they're sort of getting filed out, single file there, the top 4, with 1 car. Now they're back to 2x2, it looks like. Chandler looking to the inside of car number 6. And car number 4 sticking to that high side. As they head off into turn number 3. They're going to be 2x2 just about. Filing off single file now as Chandler looks to advance his position here on car number 6, Bender. They're going to be 3 wide coming to the line here. This is for the finish. And Chandler holds them off. And that was a fun race, man. I had a blast. Absolutely awesome. That was a fun time. Chandler did a great job too, defending, not only defending, but also working with us to try to help us advance our position. And all in all, a fun time was had by everybody. I had a great time. I will definitely be coming back to these in the future. And here we are now in the results screen post-race. Several days post-race, actually, just sort of wrapping it up, editing and everything. But here's the results for that race. So as you can see there, P5 finish for us as we started in P11. And Chandler got himself a P7 after starting in P6, so not too bad. Brian Gomulka, who we fought with for quite a while there, ended up getting the fastest lap of the race with a 46.580. And that's going to net us 0.07 safety rating and 19 iRating. So all in all, not too bad. And only a single split with a 1400 SOF. I noticed most of the nights when Chandler and I were racing, it was usually only about 1 split. So not a very populated series, but as you can see, we definitely had a lot of fun. So if you're in the mood for something new, why don't you go give this a look? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Anyways, thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sort of different style of video than what we usually do. And let me know your comments down below. Let me know if you want to see more like this, or if you prefer just sort of the regular style we've been doing. If you're new to the channel, leave a like, subscribe to see more. Yeah, you know, all the typical YouTube stuff sort of help this little channel get up off the ground and turn into something really cool. So thank you all, and until the next time, keep the nose clean, keep the hammer down, and I will see you later.